This week, rather than picking one person, one player, and debating whose is better, we are going to go for the top 3 signings of the season so far, and we're going to come up with a top 3 instead. Shall we go 3-2? What say our full list?
I think we go 3-1, and I think we all give our full list on our own.
Okay, Isaac, do you want to?
I'll go with mine. It's so hard to give 3. There's one player which I really wanted to not be in my top 3, but they sadly have made it. You'll find out soon enough. And then the third pick I was thinking of, there's so many players in my head. There was 2 from Man United who I was thinking about, and there was 2 from Newcastle, and I was thinking about Sven Botman and Nick Pope. And it was basically like, who do you credit more for their impressive defence? And I'm going to stick with the English boy, and I'm going to go Nick Pope. I think he's closing in on the clean sheet record as a goalkeeper this season.
Is he in third?
He's in third for me. 12 clean sheets and 12 goals conceded. He's conceded as many goals as he's got clean sheets. That's an unbelievable record. And I think you've just got to credit him with how solid he's been and how reliable he is. I always pick him a little bit because of the distribution, because I think he's not as modern a goalkeeper as we see across the league. But with what he does and how influential it is on Newcastle, because the thing is, it helps the defence to know you've got a reliable keeper behind you. When you've got someone like that who you know is going to get you out of trouble, it just makes you more confident. And if they had someone behind who was a little bit, more crap, maybe Botman, will rush things more. Maybe the defence rushes, but because they know who they've got in behind him, there's just a calmness at the back with them. And I just think he's been phenomenal this season, and that's why he's third for me. And in second place, there's a man who, sadly, I have to put in this list. And the thing is, I'll get crap for just putting him second and not putting him first. So you know exactly who it is when I say that. It's Erling Haaland. 25 goals this season, 3 assists. The assists aren't really part of the conversation, realistically. It's the goals. And of course, it's an unbelievable record. I have to mention him because on a personal level, scoring 25 goals is unheard of, unbelievable in a season. However, in terms of signing of the season for that club, I'd argue it's been a detriment to Man City's success rather than a benefit.
We'll get onto the losers.
Yeah.
Just say who you got in top.
So first, I'm going for Alexander Zinchenko. I just think he's influenced Arsenal so much. He is the missing cog in that piece, which has put us onto the title charge. And if he's not in your top 3s, it's wrong.
Okay, I'll go with mine. I have gone a little bit different. Although in third, I've been changing my list so much. It's been like, even when you were speaking just now, I was putting people in, taking people out, and moving it all about. So
you do the hokey cokey?
Yeah. So screw it. This is what I'm going with.
Casemiro number 1.
In third, I'm going for Nick Pope as well. There was another player that I was considering, but I decided to take him out. I just think that the impact that he has had at Newcastle is unmatched. So Pope is third for me. Second is Zinchenko. I think he's had oh my God. I think he's had a fantastic season. I think, he's really been a difference maker. But not the ultimate difference maker in the season, this season.
Oh my God.
Number 1, I've gone for Casemiro.
You're actually an idiot. You're actually, Joe, what? Get out of the studio. Get out.
I've got reason for Casemiro to be first.
Sorry, Haaland isn't in your top 3? Jordan, let's imagine a world where Casemiro signs for Tottenham and has the exact same impact. He doesn't go first.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's done, yeah.
Wait, we're going to have this discussion in a minute.
We're having it now.
Let's just say he plays.
We all know.
Let's say.
When we
There's
know
another club in
top
Manchester
3,
who plays in red. Okay, fine.
When we know everyone's top 3, we'll discuss. But
we will discuss.
I've been, like I said, I've been moving it about all over the place. This is what I've ended on. Ashley, who are you going for in your top 3?
I'm really sorry to do this. I've just thought about it, right? And okay, maybe because I've came here with no preparation, I've been influenced by both of your picks and whatever. Right. Number 3 is between Botman and Pope, and I just think Pope comes out on top. So I'm going to go Pope number 3 as well. We've all matched that.
I think Pope's pretty much got that on lock now, hasn't he?
3. And then, I'm sorry to be boring, because I usually try and, whack in Lewis Hall.
If you think Mudrik's going to win the Ballon d'Or, surely he's number 1 for you.
No, he's going to do that. He hasn't done it yet. All right, there's a difference. I got ripped apart for that on the TikTok.
Yeah, rightly so.
Second place, I'm going with Erling Haaland because he scored 25 goals. He scored 25 goals in halfway through the season. You do a little bit of simple maths, he finishes the season with 50 goals. That would be remarkable and he would be number one, but he hasn't had the biggest impact on his club yet. I'm putting Zinchenko in first place.
So you've just completely agreed.
Yeah, he's completely agreed.
I think he's right. Can I just explain, because I'm not finished my one yet, can I just explain why I didn't put any Manchester United players in there?
Okay.
Because Casemiro and Eriksen, I definitely considered them. And I actually considered, I was going between, right, who gets number 3, a Newcastle player or a Man United player? And I think you've just got to look at it, what the impact on the club, the positions in the table. You cannot put a Manchester United player in there over a Newcastle player. You just can't. Also, when I was choosing my Manchester United players, I instantly went Casemiro, and then I thought, nah, I'll give it to Eriksen. I would give it to Eriksen more than Casemiro.
Now that you mention it, the only reason I'd put Casemiro is because Man United fans ramble on about him all the time. But realistically, I think Eriksen's a much better signing. I do think putting a Man United player number 1 is absolutely ludicrous, considering where did you finish last season? 6th. You've gone up 2 places. I don't think the impact's that big, and also he's come into a squad which is already quite expensive. The fact that Pope's gone into a Newcastle side, which, despite having a lot of money, hasn't splashed the cash as much as we expected them to, and suddenly he's putting in these numbers, he's showing that he's the keeper we all thought he was all this time at Burnley. And, you know, he's undoubtedly probably been the keeper of the season for me. Mm-hmm. You know, clean sheets galore. He's chasing down the record for in a season, which I think is, I'm not too sure. I don't
Pope is higher than Casemiro, and that's pretty clear by my top 3. But
yeah.
Right, let's have a conversation. Are we all agreed that Pope needs to be in there?
Pope's in there. There's no way
we've all got him number 3.
We've all got him number 3. Pope's third.
Done. Look, I understand. Look, my top, like I said, my top 3's been moving about a lot.
No, it's done now.
I know. I'm not changing it. Trust me, I'm not changing it.
I'm wondering if this is where you ended up with. I'm wondering where how you ended up with the original conclusion of Casemiro, Sandro Martinez, and Eriksen third.
What? That's not true. That's not true.
It's not true. I made it all up.
Look, my thinking with Casemiro is, right, if you look at the stats of with Casemiro compared to without Casemiro, Manchester United are 100%, like 100 times the team.
Here's the thing: if you take Pope out of the team, every shot on target goes in.
We're not talking about. We've already agreed that Pope is third. I just want to explain why I have Casemiro in my top 3, just as a point. So, like I've got it all written down here with Casemiro. We've played 23, won 18, drawn 3, lost 2. Without him, we've only won, out of 11 games without him, we've won 7, lost 4. Like, that alone is quite just remarkable. And then you look at, like, the amount of goals we concede compared to the amount of goals we concede with him in the squad. We concede a lot more goals without Casemiro, than we do with him, which, again, is remarkable. I think Casemiro, I love Eriksen, I love him, but Casemiro is undoubtedly Man United's best signing this season, in my opinion. I think even you look at the fact that Manchester United were calling out for a CDM for so many years. We were stuck with McFred in the midfield for so long, crying for a CDM. And then we start the season without Casemiro. Brighton lost. Brentford absolutely battered. We bring Casemiro in and we are a completely different side. You know, maybe it is Ten Hag's style of play and him really putting his impact on the squad, yes. But Casemiro's impact is just like, there's no denying the impact that Casemiro has had to this squad. And I think out of everyone we have signed, I think out of anyone has signed, Casemiro has had such a massive impact that, that's why he's in my top 4.
No, let me say, you talk about the fact that, you know, you lost all those games at the start of the season. You beat Liverpool and you beat Arsenal, and that winning run started before Casemiro was signed. Casemiro's debut was off the bench when you were already 3-1 up against Arsenal. Okay. So, are you saying that?
Okay, forget those games.
So, are you saying that? Oh, so forget those games. No. So, did you play? Were you not playing good in those games? Did you not play well?
Okay. So, you are the person that has literally sat there and told me that Manchester United played crap against Arsenal in that game.
Well, no, but I'm asking you, because if you're saying they played well, that means they played well without Casemiro before he came in.
But what I'm saying is...
But to support your argument, United would have had to have performed bad in that game, which is what I've said all along.
So you're agreeing with me?
Sorry, another point.
No, I'm saying you've either got to prove me right or prove me wrong.
Another point that you said to back up Casemiro was that Manchester United have been crying out for a CDM. Yeah,
that's your
Newcastle have been crying out to be a progressive club and do well for the last 10 years.
Saudi
this time,
and now they are.
They haven't. It's not like the Saudis have. They haven't
splashed the cat.
No, they haven't.
I'm not disputing Pope in any way.
You are.
He's in my top 3.
But he's better than Pope. You've said that Casemiro has been better than Pope this season.
For Casemiro, if you're saying Pope's third, that means Casemiro has to get in above Pope, and I don't think that's possible. And if we're looking at the other players, if we're looking at like the fact that you've put him above Zinchenko as well, when literally, if you watch Arsenal this season, the difference between Zinchenko and Tierney is night and day.
Let's get on to Zinchenko and Haaland, right? That's another debate. Let's just focus on Casemiro for 1 second.
No, because it's not going to end realistically.
Just look at this. Last season, you finished 6th, right? Manchester United finished 6th. Newcastle finished 11th.
Yeah.
This season, Man United, just look at the table. Man United are 3rd, Newcastle are 4th. The difference that those two signings come in have made. You've gone up 3 places. Newcastle have gone up 7. That's unreal.
Halfway through the season, they got the influx of the Saudi owners.
You've just had an influx for years, though.
You do have that money. You're one of the biggest spenders in the league.
Obviously,
really, Casemiro has had a bigger impact than Pope.
I think so.
You've gone up 3 places. They've transformed their club.
No, but going. No.
You've done
going
up
up 3 places and then going up. Like Steve Bruce was in the job at the start of last season. I don't think
from where Newcastle were
amazing growth. Like, yes, it's amazing, but like
Casemiro has been another typical Manchester United season that we've seen since Sir Alex Ferguson have left. You know, they dip out of the top 5 and they go back in, and they go and we're amazing again. And then they dip out and then they go we're amazing again. That's what Casemiro's done.
Look,
well, you're witnessing what would have happened if you gave Van Hal a third season.
I'm not opposed to moving Casemiro out of the top spot. Like, I'm not opposed.
Out of the list.
But out of the list, I think is
Jordan.
And the fact that I'm being attacked here, right, for putting Casemiro in the top 3 at all.
The fact that you put him first put you on the back foot from the beginning.
If you knew what you were doing. If I put him second, would you be having this argument with me?
Well, that's not what if. Did you put him second?
Did you? This is like.
You also didn't put Haaland.
The fact that Casemiro isn't even a 4 in your mind for
he was, but he was like 4th or 5th in my head.
Yeah, it's a good signing. He's just not above a Newcastle player.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look,
at the end of the day, you've got 2 people here of identical ones. The odds are we will wait for you to fold. That's the rate it's going to be.
And I know that's a little bit unfair with how the debate works, but
that's literally
that is how I don't. Like, try and persuade me otherwise, but I don't see a different outcome to that. Can we explain? Because Nick Pope's 3rd. Let's clear that up.
Okay. Done.
I think we'd like to push Casemiro out the top 3 altogether. Yeah. Is that done?
I mean, I'd like to push Haaland out of the top 3.
Oh my!
As much as I don't want to credit Haaland,
Man City.
He was brought in to score goals, and he's done that.
Man City are considerably worse with Haaland than without him.
But he is a terrific player. He has done well.
He's done everything. He's done everything he's been told to do.
Everything that Man City last season looked a better side without Haaland. I think Manchester City. Look at Manchester United last season with Ronaldo. Did we play our entire play around Ronaldo? Yes. Did he score a lot of goals? Of course he did, because he's Ronaldo. It's the exact same situation. Man City are piling all of their play into this one person. Let's get the ball to Haaland, then we'll win games. It doesn't work like that, and it's not worked for them this season.
I get your point. I do get it, but in my head, and I hate that this is a reason for it, but I can't help but remember, Pitchside talked about it recently, and Tom Garrett absolutely went off. And social media was like, how the hell can Haaland not be your signing this season? I can't help but think if we don't put him in this top 3, the amount of abuse we are going to get is unreal.
But I am actually considering his point a little bit, because he's going to get abused.
Of course I want to say it. Of course I want
abuse anyway.
Yeah, you're going to get... Joel, screw it.
I'm actually a little bit in favour.
Joel, how about this? We'll compromise, okay?
Who goes second, though?
Zinchenko first.
Yeah.
Pope second. Casemiro third.
Would you be opposed to that?
No.
Because I wouldn't.
I'll take it. But Casemiro goes
Well,
third. and
that was a
Pope's
good
above him.
discussion.
That's fine
But
by me.
before we actually end the debate, we haven't really talked about
We
Zinchenko.
need to explain why Zinchenko's better than
Yeah.
Haaland. The impact on the club. And that is exactly why Pope gets over Casemiro.
Last season, I was in love with Kieran Tierney, and I thought Tommy Else was having a great season. And I thought the way we were playing last season was the format. That was what we were building around. But Arteta hadn't got the final building blocks in, and this season we play a completely different style. The inverted fullbacks has transformed the side. And Tierney last season was amazing because we were playing in a system which suited him. And Tierney has gone from looking like my favourite left back of all time to being like, Jesus, I don't want to have a go at him, but he looks lost in the current system. Whereas Zinchenko, the intelligence and the movement and everything, our attacks build from him. And the fact that he's just so incredible. And it's just the extra option, like we basically got a 4-man midfield with him. Pretty much, he's just an incredible footballer, an amazing leader, which is something that Gary Neville didn't really spot. I would like to say I might retract my statement about Ben White and Gary Neville from last week. I got a little bit angry and I've got a little bit heat off TikTok. I fully accept it. But Zinchenko he's a massive leader. You saw it from what happened at Man City last year in the dressing room, and you've seen it this year with the moments with Man United. I mean, it's Trossard's debut, and we've scored a last-minute winner, and Zinchenko is literally screaming at him in the face. It's amazing, and I think what he's done to help transform the side. Like, people looked at Jesus as the transformative signing, as because Arsenal were looking for someone to do the Lacazette role, but well, and Jesus is the perfect signing in that respect. But Jesus filled a gap which no one knew he had, and that's how you without Zinchenko, I honestly believe this, we are nowhere near the title because Jesus got injured and we've kind of managed to get along quite okay. We've dropped 4 points, but if you told me we'd dropped 4 points up to this point with Jesus out, I'd take it. And he's done the job. Zinchenko is just phenomenal.
And the reason why Zinchenko also gets above Haaland is that actually, you made a very good point. I think Man City have actually, in spite of Haaland's incredible achievements this season, Man City are worse because of him.
And also with João Cancelo gone, they really miss him now.
The top three that we've sort of somehow ended up with without Haaland.
Oh no!
All three of them have had a massive impact on their team.
Yeah.
Rather than if we threw Haaland in there, who has made them actually worse.
Do you think we could squeeze Botman in there instead of Casemiro?
I think it's a shout.
Oh
Okay.
My God.
So, Botman third, yeah?
No.
I forgot about that one.
I think I made a perfectly good argument for Casemiro to be in the top three.
Yes,
it's
but
just that I put him
Botman,
top.
Pope, they're a package deal.
No.
They come
I
together.
saw the fire. I could have just started there, and I love.
Right, we're finalising it.
No, I think we let him have his fun. Let him enjoy it.
The top three: third, Casemiro; second, Pope; first, Zinchenko. We're all happy.
The TikTok off this is going to get so much heat.